just gonna get right into it and start with the first question. So, how's your tour going?
Well, so far so good. Just been one show yesterday in Nuremberg.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool for a warm-up show. So for us was like a public rehearsal, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good to actually get back because of the whole lockdown and Corona and everything.
Yeah,
and
sure.
It's great, and that we know that there are a few people that are still hesitant and afraid to be in large crowds because it's not really officially over. But the people that come, we appreciate that very much, and it's just an honor to play for
me. Being an Italian, also it was a surprise. It was a big surprise because it was the first gig where I can see faces. Because in Italy we still have to wear a mask inside, and so you can do shows, but they have to be seated, and everybody has to wear a mask. It's still pretty weird.
Just not
so
the same.
this for me was like, oh, I can see their faces, I can see them smiling. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. We've been forced not seeing our face of people, and now finally you can see their full face.
It's kind of nice to get back to normality in some way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we already kind of touched on the new album. I kind of want to know what makes it stand out from your other ones.
Oh, please. Okay, the first 2 or 3 albums, two. That was another formation, so of course that's different, which was also great. I love the first album. A lot of those songs are great, man, And it was a different style. The singer was more rough edge. Even the music played. I think he had a slide guitar player back then. He was also a keyboard player. It was just a different vibe. It was more like, I think for me it was more like that Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, a bit Whitesnake early stuff, slide. I think now these last 2 albums, because of the different influences that we all have, it's more really a melting pot of sounds. Especially this last album, Tasted. And then Jack brings his great voice there, going on top. It's just, he can do the high stuff and then the middle stuff, and he's got a nice, you feel it.
On a good day. On a bad day, you better do a lot of backing vocals. Please help me.
Yeah, and then of course Frank, my favorite guitar player. I definitely can say that. Solo nights.
Thank you so much.
But
by the way, we're gonna quit
player.
after these next shows.
Actually, we hate each other.
So for me, I think it's you feel the difference between each album, which is great.
How did you work around COVID while producing the album? Like, was it difficult? Could you meet up and do it?
Technology. We used everything. We use internet. We use all the tools that the third millennium offers, and if you use them in the right way, meaning that they cannot, you still have to write the songs. People think that since there's so much technology and so much, making music seems to be so easy. You still have to write songs, and if you have the good songs, then you can use technology to make it shine and sound better. But if you don't have the right song, the good songs, technology doesn't help.
Yeah, obviously we would have loved to do it like the old school way, to just meet up in a rehearsal place, but we're all over the place in Europe. 2 guys being in Italy, Rico being the very north of Germany, I'm in the total south, and our drummer is from Budapest. It's just difficult. So basically file sharing, that's the way we work, with songs. And
a lot of calls and chat.
Yeah. But that's a good thing, if you have a good chemistry, then it works like this. So.
Are there any tips you have for young bands, like marketing and stuff? What can they do to actually be successful?
Like Jack said, today anyone can sit in front of their computer or phone and actually write a song. So you have a million artists, if not more, trying to compete against each other to get attention. So as far as promotion, which these days is much easier access to have promotion because you have all these groups like Facebook ads and anything else that goes across those. I'd say for a lot of new bands, if you really believe in what you're doing, your project, just stick to it. Don't expect, if you love it, don't expect anything, just do it. And eventually something comes. If not, then that's also okay.
Don't do it for the money in the first place, just do it for the music. because you know you might wake up and or for the fame, because all these these things you maybe heard from the past, this rock and roll star kind of thing is not really happening anymore. It's a tough game, a much tougher game than it was before. And maybe for young bands, they should really try to use all this modern technology, all these kind of options they have, all these different social media platforms, which we are not really, because we are from a different generation. So and we try to use them for us as well, but we never will get to the same point as maybe a younger acts can get. So it's not our style. We like YouTube and we like Facebook and we like Instagram, and we try to do our best.
But we don't understand TikTok.
No, we don't understand.
No, we understand it, but
we try,
but we still.
No, but I think there are many. If you want to get your music to the people, there are many options. You don't really need a record label nowadays if you have like really a great following on one of these platforms. Then do it on your own.
Since we're already on the topic, how important do you think video production is? Like having something on YouTube to watch music videos and stuff, is that something young bands should consider?
Yeah, I think for a few people you need to really explain exactly what the song is about, and with the video you can really portray, look, this is what we're saying, so people, because like you said, they're listening to 100,000 things. If someone's going on YouTube, most of them are just scrolling, they're not looking for something certain. So when they come across something, they're like, oh, what's that? And then with the video, you can really explain, okay, this song is exactly about how the video is going, and then they might be more interested to check the band out and click the next thing, So yeah, it is. It's very important.
And also to reach younger people, I think it's important, because they're watching YouTube.
Yeah, actually videos are what got me into metal music, because I was alone with my dad for 3 weeks. My mom was on a business trip and I used to listen only to classic music. But my dad showed me the Fly on the Wall music video, and as a little kid I thought it was so cool to have the little fly dancing around.
Cool.
And that's when I stopped listening to classical music. It was only
Syntoping
from there.
Syntoping, Danger.
Yeah.
Syntoping. Yeah, because it was ACC did a concept. There were like 3 videos all linked together, so to promote it. So again, it was MTV. There was the MTV. Stuff.
Did you have like a moment like that where it kind of clicked for you, or were you always passionate about like metal and rock?
Yeah, I definitely did. I was I'm a sports guy. I grew up playing basketball and I still play. And one day I'm sitting at home watching television, and I saw a Rush video on Rush, band Rush, and just watching that just blew my mind. It's like, wow, like these cats, and it was live, so you could see them play, and that's what got me interested in actually wanting to play.
So that's why
I played a little guitar here and there as a hobby, but I never took it like seriously. It was more, I wanted to be a sports guy, and that's when I actually thought seriously. And then was Rush, and then the Police. The video came in like, "Don't Stand So Close to Me" or something like that, and I'm like, which was a complete different vibe than Rush. But then I sort of connected because of the rock stem there. And then of course, AC/DC, watching Angus Young with his shorts on, and then that really fascinated, like, this dude with his shorts on. The rest of the band, like heavy metal, but this dude is going up and down, and it sounds good, a lot of blues. And then I got hooked. That was me.
Yeah, I think even if before I played guitar or was into guitar, was Queen, kind of magic around that time. And when I saw the clips for these songs, that really got me interested in I always listened to music before, but that was really like, okay, I want to play music myself, and I think it was maybe One Vision, that video where they play in the studio, which
well, you can
cool.
see it was a nice video, because it was kind of real,
but it also was the other video for another kind of magic, where they it was very more cinematic kind of video. Definitely Queen. And then around the beginning of the 90s, I started playing guitar, and then I was getting into all the Kiss and all the other bands, Van Halen, obviously. But for me, definitely a Queen video song, because that was the only band I listened to for a long time. It was, even not because of the guitar, just because of the music. It was Queen.
But it was the video. No, for me, it was listening to a record. I was, but I remember where Christmas time, some parents' friends, and there was an older girl who put on the stereo, on the vinyl. They put Night at the Opera. Mm. It was the December 1976, and I was really, really small. I was 8 years old, but that album kind of went. And I asked my father the day after, I want that album. Can you buy me that album? So that was the first ever album that I asked my father to buy, and he was smart enough to buy it, to go to the record store and buy it immediately. Okay, here you go. And then the second question was, can I use your stereo? 8 years old. It was not easy when I think to switch on everything and put it right. My father gave me the opportunity and gave me his music.
Yeah. The first rock album when you bought albums when I was a kid. The first rock album I bought was Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. Wow. That was the first rock record. Because it looked cool because of the cover.
Yeah. Then you open it up, and then you got
these dudes. Yeah.
That's the tour.
That was the first. I never met. I was in school, and I started playing the guitar, and this kid next to me is like, yeah, he bought a Flying V. And he has a distortion pedal, and I wanted a distortion pedal because I was just figuring that all out. Like, I wanted to buy his distortion pedal, and he's like, "We'll do a trade." And he said, "What do you got?" So I just bought a Motley Crue album. I'll trade you for it. So I traded the Motley Crue album for the distortion pedal. That was great. Yeah.
Okay, to wrap it up, do you have any messages for your fans? And maybe we can plug the whiskey while we're at it.
Yeah,
that's Frank's idea. It's been working so hard to make it happen, and it happened.
Yeah, because people that know our latest album, Taste It, has some connection with the whiskey. We have a song called Coffee, Whiskey and Rock and Roll, and on the cover, as you see, has a whiskey bottle, a different whiskey bottle, but it makes just a theme. And rock and roll is about cliches and cool cliches. There's nothing bad about that. And as said before, I like a good whiskey, like to enjoy it, and this is one barrel of heavy toasted American oak, which this is coming from, and the distillery is called Waldbrand, also Wald im Allgäu, where I live, or where nearby I live. And so if you like a good whiskey, and if you like rock and roll, check out the St. Sinners whiskey. And to all our fans and people that know us, our friends and everybody, thanks for the support, and come to the shows. Everything is back to normal.
You can taste it at shows. You can taste it at shows, and you can pre-order it.
But thanks to everybody for the support. Thanks for having us here.
Yeah, thank you for coming here. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had some fun too.
Yeah. Have you heard the album yet?
Yes, I listened
What do you think?
to it. I think it's great. I like it a lot, actually. I think it's nice that there are so many different vibes in the album itself. I don't know, that was pretty cool to me.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Super.
Well, that was the goal.
Nice.
It could be.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, sorry. No, sorry. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Thank you. And see you on the road.
FCK.FM